Happy holidays, Huskies fans. Alongside the graduate assistant wrestling coach for your St. Cloud State University wrestling team, I'm John Peterson, giving you a little recap of this fall semester for the 2015-2016 campaign. Since we last talked to you, we had the Husky Open. The Husky Open was in December 12th. 8 champions crowned for the St. Cloud State Huskies. All 10 weights had Huskies representing, and then a couple duels with St. John's and Concordia College. Aaron, so far this first semester, a lot of good wrestling.
Yeah, we definitely made a lot of gains, even from when we talked at St. John's, had a Concordia duel with Husky Open. Again, like you said, we had 8 guys that won the tournament, and actually had 10, or a guy at every weight class. And we had a potential to win every weight, just a couple mistakes here and there, otherwise we win all those weights. And mind you, I think we had 3 or 4 head-to-head matchups in the finals. One of the biggest matches that we had was Austin Gorgon against Donnie Lockendike, who was the Division III national champ. Gorgon ended up pinning him in the second period. Just went to work and did his thing, and just everything went right for him. Clint Poster with the Outstanding Wrestler Award. Had a couple tough matches along the way, and yeah, he just does what he does. He's still a grinder.
So far this first semester, like I said, 3 opens, 2 duels. And when you come into this first semester, one of the main things is getting those cobwebs out. Getting the cobwebs out, reuniting with the wrestlers that have had the experience in the past, but of course we had a good recruiting class this year too. So most importantly, try to get those cobwebs out and get in the feel of Husky wrestling. How do you think the health is for the team?
Well, taking that 10 days off, it's always nice getting back with the families and getting to hang out back at home, but again, making sure the guys are focusing on getting their workouts in while they're away, and I think they did that for the most part. We've been doing 2-a-days this whole weekend, ready for the Viking Open this weekend, getting ready for national duels, and guys are definitely responding well to our workouts, and expect good things for the next couple of weeks.
The Viking Warrior Open, that's the next scheduled event for your Huskies. It was the Warrensburg duels, of course. If you look at the original schedule, something changed, that the Warrensburg duels were no longer available. So we're now going to the Warrior Viking Open in Fremont, Nebraska. That's Midland University. So you guys get one more open. That's the thing. Usually in the second semester you start dual competition, you start a lot of duels. But as now you have an open, do you think that gives you a little bit more breathing room of figuring out what this roster is going to be?
I think it helps a little bit. Getting ready again for the national duels, coming not this weekend, the following weekend. We looked at going to Ashland for some duels, but realistically, with the drive there, we would have had to stay down there for the week, and didn't think it was most beneficial for our guys. But would have been nice to see those guys in the dual meet setting. But I mean, again, open tournament, open opportunities for all these younger guys that are off their redshirt years, looking to make the noise and getting our starting lineup and determining our 15 guys for the national duels.
When you look at the Midlands, of course, the Midland University that is the Viking Warrior Open, you get a chance of looking at a whole different competition. And one of those teams, though, that we are familiar with that's going to be at this Open is the Nebraska Kearney Lopers. They're a powerhouse Division II team. They bring a lot of power to the mat, and when you look at getting the opportunity to wrestle a foe like that, that could be something else that's very exciting.
Oh, absolutely, and we expect to see them somewhere or another at the national duels as well. Always a tough team. We saw a little bit of what they had down at the Iowa State Open, but I mean, very tactical. They definitely very basic, making sure they don't make a lot of mistakes, and they try to get those quick ones out of you, and we just got to stay patient and get to our ties and get to our leg attacks, and good things should happen for our guys.
Next week, when the Warrior Open is this week, next week we'll be going, of course, to the National Wrestling Coaches Association National Duels. It's been a favorite tournament of ours in the past 2 years. We have been third place finishers. This year, it's a pack house. I mean, not every team that is ranked in the top 10 goes to the national duels. So this year, we're going to have at least the top 6 teams. It's going to be a very tough competition. Pittsburgh, Johnstown, Nebraska Kearney are in the duels. They haven't been in the duels for the last couple years. So you're looking at the competition here that are bringing to these national duels. It's going to be a fun one.
Oh, so excited. Just for me personally, I love seeing that top competition. It's just like a national tournament, and get to see all the top competition, the top ranked guys in every weight. You talk about Maryville, you talk about Mercyhurst, Kearney, Pitts, Johnstown, us. I mean, it's the cream of the crop, and it's going to be a real test to see who comes out on top of that one.
The following week, we go into the Ranger Duels in Wisconsin Parkside. A great team this year. They have a lot of good kids. Second place showing at the Midwest Classic a couple weeks ago in Indianapolis. And then the NSIC competition starts. Of course, in one of our next videos in the next couple months, we'll delve into more to the NSIC competition. But the Huskies are the defending national champions, but also the 4-time defending NSIC champions. So when you look at the NSIC competition, even though we've been champions in that conference the last 4 years, some tough teams.
Oh, absolutely. You got teams like Mankato, Augustana, Upper Iowa, always show up to wrestle. That's their big match of the year against us, and they're always trying to figure out a way to beat us. And luckily, we've come out on top the last 4 years, obviously. But we just got to continue to keep improving and keep ahead of those guys, and just stick to our game plan of staying offensive minded and extending the lead as the 7 minutes goes on, and looking to get those bonus points in those dual meets.
Any surprises so far in this year, taking away from the dual aspect now and talking about the individuals? Had a lot of good kids, like you said, Clint Poster, Austin Gorgon, some newbies to the varsity roster, and Brett Velasquez has done a great job in getting a big win against St. John's. And Youthman Review, even though he's had some time on the varsity roster before, he's really shown that he's blossomed into a very good wrestler.
Well, referring back to Brett Velasquez, first of all, I mean, that guy has been a hammer even last year, and he's looking to make his time on the mat, and he's looking to make some noise again at the Viking Open this weekend, and looking to be one of those guys that would bring down the national duels. And just a great coachable kid, just does everything we ask of him to the book, and can't ask anything more of him. He's a low maintenance kid, does everything right in the classroom, and we're just excited to see how he keeps developing as the year goes on. Obviously, he's got Tim Prescott at his weight, but I mean, those guys battle left and right all year long. And going back to the Youthman, I mean, complete night and day, even from the beginning of the year, how he's reacted and how he's responded to the training we've done. Used to just try to kind of hang on to leads. He'd get the takedown, use his defense to try to squeak out wins, and kind of hurt him at the Iowa State Open match that he kind of lost by 10 seconds at the end and should have actually won the tournament, in my opinion. But since then, he's just turned it up a notch and just an offensive machine, and he's a tough guy to beat right now. And hopefully he keeps that mindset going into this weekend, next weekend, and starts taking out those top caliber guys.
One last question here for you, Aaron. What do you look to develop in the second semester? You had the Opens, you had a couple duels underneath your belt. What are one of the biggest things that you look to develop?
Just our camaraderie, just keep building that team chemistry. Obviously last year, we only had 6 guys in the national tournament, and we just had a great team chemistry. And hopefully we don't have that same situation this year, but again, having that team bonding and these guys coming together and keep coming together and keep remembering why we do what we do, and just being there for brothers, and just being great mentors for each other, having each other's backs. I think that's the biggest thing. Obviously everyone's working the same technique on the feet, on the mat atop, and again, just that building that team, that atmosphere, the family atmosphere, so we go to bat for each other as the dual meet season goes on.
So speaking of that, the dual season will go on. One more open for the Huskies this upcoming weekend in Fremont, Nebraska, Midland University, and then it's the national dual competition January 8th and 9th in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Following that will be in Wisconsin Parkside for the Ranger duels. Then the NSIC competition will start with Northern State, Minnesota State Moorhead, traveling the following week to the University of Mary and Minot State, and then your home duels start. You finally get a home duel in February where you'll be facing against the Upper Iowa Peacocks, the Augustana Vikings, and you cannot forget that there will be a duel in Pierce High School this year. Pierce Healy High School will host the Southwest Minnesota State and St. Cloud State duel, so that should be a fun one too. A lot more wrestling coming at you here this year. We've got a lot more duels. Whole dual season is in front. So once again, for Aaron Concert, I'm John Peterson, and for the whole St. Cloud State University wrestling staff, wish you happy holidays and a happy new year. KBSC Sports Stream will have all your action for the national duels on January 8th and January 9th. You want to catch all the action alongside Brad Hildreth and myself, John Peterson. kvsc.org/listen/sports.m3u. That's kvsc.org/listen/sports.m3u. Thank you very much.